Good afternoon. Very live. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel on your way in here. It's about to be noon on the East Coast. Good afternoon to y'all. Y'all come on in. Let's talk some hip hop, sports, and fashion. Shout out to Morehouse. See, y'all was going crazy about my Norfolk State joint. I'm gonna just start running them off, y'all. You know what I mean? One after another and shit. Keep that college experience in y'all face. Speaking of the college experience, there was a tragedy at IUP. There's always some shit going on at IUP. If y'all not familiar with IUP, that's a Division II school in Pennsylvania. Got a pretty football program. That's the school also that what's my man name? Leaf Ward from Philadelphia. He went to IUP. A lot of Philly students at IUP, they be having it crunk too. But I don't know all the details of the situation. I do know a 22-year-old man from Pittsburgh was killed. An 18-year-old man from Chicago was in critical condition. That's Lake from QB. Get back to him. Peace.
Peace. What's going on with you?
I just finished last night. I'm going to give you some feedback on it. I'm on my live stream right now. When I get up off here, I'm going to give you a call. We're going to go through it.
All right, cool. About how long, you said?
Probably like 40 minutes. I just got on.
All right, yeah, handle your hands. All right, cool.
All right, peace. An 18-year-old man from Chicago was in critical condition. An 18-year-old man from Florida. A 20-year-old man from Pennsylvania. A 19-year-old man from Pennsylvania. Another 22-year-old man from Pennsylvania. A 19-year-old female from Pennsylvania. A 23-year-old female from Pennsylvania. And a 19-year-old female from Pennsylvania. They all in critical condition. The gun thing in America is just way out of control. Way out of control. I want to give my deepest condolences to President Davo. For y'all who've been following Gully TV for a minute, he's the first artist that I ever profiled from Baltimore. So when y'all see me on here on Pennsylvania Avenue down Baltimore, y'all see me up around the Upton Boxing Gym, y'all see me and Bird from the Penthouse moving around, me and Bird's relationship began because of President Davo. So I didn't pick up any violence off of President Davo's music. I got love ballads. I didn't get any drill time. I just didn't get any violence in his music. I don't know how this type of energy would creep up on somebody like that. I see in the comments a lot of y'all say, once you become famous and be more, it's time to skip. But hey, man, I really want to give my condolences to Baltimore and everybody who's watching this from out there. If you were a fan of President Davo, I'll probably, I don't know, see if I can slide through the funeral and shit like that. But unfortunate situation what happened to him. Make sure y'all go check out my interviews with him. I have like 1, 2, 3. I probably got like 5 interviews with him, different clips. So he was in this very chair that I'm sitting in right now. I interviewed him here. I interviewed him in Baltimore. Again, just an unfortunate situation, man. Like, I know people get tired of hearing you have my condolences because that don't bring nobody back, but it's terrible, man. Anyway, let's talk about this situation with Joe Budden and Drake. First off, Joe Budden, he only get into it with giants. He only beef with dinosaurs, man. Anybody that he have an issue with, it's gonna be a big dog, man. It seemed like he like running up on big dogs, man. He like that aggressive little dog that, you know what I'm saying, run up on you and shit. And he has a habit of doing this with the highest caliber MC. He's staying some shit with a high caliber MC. You know why? Joe feel like he liked that, man. People saying this and this and that. I see Drake said he felt that music. I'm gonna get back to that in just a second. Drake, Joe Budden, he run up on these big niggas. If you nice, he said Joe is like that. He is like that. That's what I like about him. Yo. He will bark up the tree. He don't give a fuck, man. Joe be barking up them trees, man. Straight up. I like him. I always did. I bought his debut album. It wasn't the best in the world, but he got better as he went along and shit. I don't think he's a failed rapper, personally. I don't. I think Joe Budden I think he very much made his mark in his business. But Champagne Poppy, Drake, he confronted Joe. He tagged him in his comments on IG. No, he tagged him in a post. And I'm going to read off to y'all what he said. Joe, you have failed at music. You left it to do what you're doing in this clip because this is what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. We have to pay attention to that because there's a lot of people who did run the podcasting after a failed rap career. Like after a failed entertainment career, a lot of people did run the podcasting. I think Joe had other options besides that, and his podcast is pretty good and shit. His narrative is good. It's all often some conflict. I like him. He like the black sheep. He go against the grain. So he said, you left music to do what you're doing because this is what actually pays you. I believe that's the story for a lot of people. Y'all like the video as y'all coming in here. For any artist watching this, just remember you're watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success, a quitter. Give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke, living check to check. And the raps you write have 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty and Nietzsche jeans to screw up their face to mood music. To Mood Music 29 and pretend you are the GOAT. Please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You retired and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number. We know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap, not because you accomplished all you needed. It's because it wasn't working for you. I never want anybody in the generations to think that the whole everybody's entitled to their own opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact that I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need it put in simpler terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in a 973 and flies first class on special occasions. So he styled on him. And he said, Joe's shows is the Frank Fest. I'll go to a Joe Budden show. I fuck with Joe Budden. I like Joe Budden. I do. I always did. But some of the things that Drake said about MCs on the rise, pay attention. You watching, you receiving this information from a failure. I don't feel like that about Joe. But a lot of these niggas in podcasting, or a lot of these people, because everybody not podcasting. Podcasting is audio downloads. Everybody that run up on these cameras, a lot of them don't want to face the fact that their music wasn't any good anymore, or maybe they didn't have the ambition to make good music anymore. Whatever the case, you see a lot of people who arrived in this position, in this chair that I'm sitting in, and they feel that they can say and critique and say whatever the fuck they want. Just make sure that you're decorated. If you feel that you want to critique somebody, make sure you decorate it. But as far as Drake and Joe Budden, I think Joe Budden and Drake, I think they can deal with that. I think they can deal with that lyrically. I think that's what probably Joe wants. Joe probably wants some smoke with him. That's how Joe do, man. Motherfucker think he bad. Joe will hop on him. So I don't know. I don't think Joe quit rap because it wasn't working for him. I just think that he still has something to give. I would have continued to buy his music and shit. Frankly, Drake lost some points after he found out he wasn't writing all his rhymes. And that's the pretense for Joe Budden attacking him. Then I'm all for that. I'm all for that, man. We only support the real, authentic MCs. He said, but he did quit. He did say it out of his mouth. Since you want to put it in those terms, he did say it. But most people who decide to step down, they don't have a chance in music no more. I think for Joe Budden, all you got to do is put on a beat. For real. He said Joe already cooked him. He retired. Drake's whole flow sounds like Joe on that Hip Hop Awards freestyle. Difference between Joe and Drake is bowler. He went all the way through the Nori doors, as Hassan would say. Two divas arguing. The blackface put the nail in the coffin for Drake. Some rappers would have had longer careers if they had ghostwriters. We don't support that. We're not amused by that. Everybody in the chat could have called up one of our good friends that rap and say, yo, fam, yo, homie, write me a rap. I want to be a rapper today. And I'm about to go and start spitting it at school and spitting it into society and shit. Anybody could have did that. That ain't what's up. He said Drake should be on his grown man music. He almost 37. Joe is eccentric and he values independence. I put in these comments, Joe Budden versus Drake. I like Joe. How many here like Joe? Drake can make a hell of a song and he got a hell of a flow. Delivery, pardon me. One hell of a delivery, but I like Jump Off Joe, man. He said Joe got some envy in his heart for Drake. I don't know. I think he seems to come at people that's popping. If you got a big name, he'll try you because he know he can rap. Joe Budden was right. I was listening to it and it sounds like his old music. Joe delivery is better. He said light skin problems. That's what I was getting out of this. It's weird how Drake responded to Joe exclusively. He's media and a fan. What's the issue with critiquing the album? Drake need to relax. I think he caught feelings because it was Joe. And because Joe an MC, if I would have said something about it, or someone else would have said something about it, he probably wouldn't have cared. Joe an MC though. Commercials doing a live is wild. YouTube is bugged. Somebody got to pay the man. I don't come here campaigning for cash apps and all that shit that y'all like to do and shit. I just let YouTube handle it. Joe in 2023 doesn't have it as an MC. How can you say that? Drake need to give us one rap album, no singing. Joe making of a murder already ethered him. You can't Bell Biv DeVoe your way out of this one. Joe has been a critic of Drake for a while. I agree with that, but he don't just be running up on Drake, man. He be having conflict with anybody that's big. Speaking of anybody that's big, I met the guy that slapped him from, I didn't know he was a rapper until recently. His name is Hans. He just dropped a project. Hans, what up? I'm watching. I see you just dropped a project. Real big nigga. Real big nigga, man. I'm looking at this dude, looking at his hands. I'm like, man, how Joe getting some shit with this nigga, man? Joe doesn't have it as a commercial artist, but he probably still a dope MC. We don't care about commercial artists, man. We don't. We don't care. He said, yeah, Hans from Ice Water used to rap with Raekwon and Method Man, Street Life. He can rap too. Yeah, he just put out some shit. The best music is not commercial. I told y'all this many a times in this chat room. You know it's funky, funky, funky because you heard it from hearsay. The jam that you love that don't be getting no airplay. That's a hidden music. That's a hidden music when a motherfucker say, yo, did you hear that? Yo, did you hear that? Like when it's hot, it'll just spread like wildfire and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I heard Q the Links for the first time. I did. You check out that ooh. I'm about to upload it as soon as I get up off of here. Drake is catering to his fans. What is the problem with that? Maybe some speculation of him having a ghostwriter, Quentin Miller. But not only that, he said Slaughterhouse was enough to solidify Joe. They were spitting. Man, that nigga can rap, man. That nigga can rap, man. He can. He can. He rap his ass off. He always can rap his ass off. That's just the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's why he keep running up on these niggas. That's why he keep running up on these niggas. Look at his history. Look at the people that he have conflict. It's always a big dog, man. He be looking at these niggas like, man, I could take him. Shout out to Colorado. Got back on the got back to the winning ways yesterday. What y'all think about Colorado now? They lost to two A-list football programs, and then they come back and got a quality win yesterday. Dion critiqued them niggas. In my opinion, a win is a win, but he wants ass kicked. So I think they solid. Colorado solid, right? They solid. Everybody had these crazy expectations for them, and they still moving along and shit. Shout out to Colorado. And Shedeur did that. Shedeur did that. They got a lot of coaches saying that Shedeur taking those sacks on purpose. I felt that the whole time. I felt that I seen times when he took sacks where he probably could have ran or could have threw the ball away, and he just ate the sack. I said it seemed like he's trying to keep his accuracy. He ain't trying to fuck his accuracy up. Slaughterhouse did a show in Hagerstown, Maryland. My little brother went. He said it was like 35 people there. He said Shedeur got to calm down. He haven't won anything. Yes, he have. He's won 3 games at the University of Colorado. I mean, 4, pardon me. He's won 4 games at the University of Colorado. That's a Division I program. He on TV all the time. He just came from Jackson State. He getting busy. Anybody to see him drop back the pass, man, he got the goods. We watch black quarterbacks. We normally find out about a black quarterback because he's elusive. You know what I mean? They be like, look at this guy here. Nah, man. He sits back there like he Tom Brady or some fucking body shit. He said, Tom Brady is training him. Best believe he good money. Drake never responded to Pusha T, or did he? I don't know. Pusha was poking at him and shit. I don't know. He was good at Jackson State. The fuck he talking about? Exactly. He was good at Jackson State. He said Joe hurt his feelings. I would like for Joe to go in the booth on this nigga and shit. I like Drake. I like Drake music a lot. One thing about hip hop, we 100% concerned with the sound. I ain't never really heard no trash Drake music. I haven't. And I wouldn't consider myself a fan of his. But whenever I hear it, that shit fire. Drake got the kind of music you probably can get away with playing around some older people and shit. Like, you know how, we might be at the family reunion and shit, and they playing the OJs and all that type of shit. You might could slide a Drake joint in. And yeah. 4-2 is better than 1-11. He's eclipsed Colorado, man, in his first season already. Calisthenics King, what's up, pimp? He said that 8 a.m. in Charlotte is crazy. Yeah, I like Drake music. Boom, 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 boom. Rest in peace to President Davo, man. He didn't deserve that shit, man. President Davo was on Pillmatic 1. I believe Davo was trying to figure out a flow to put on there with the rest of them guys because he was the only MC out of Baltimore that was going to be on the album. It's big expectations getting on with Planet Asia and Razcast and Sadat and Big U and all these guys and shit. Told him to give me a hook or something, but it didn't work out. Rest in peace to him. I'm glad I was able to, Bird. I'm glad that you selected my platform to introduce President Davo. I'll always be in debt to you because after President Davo, the city opened up to me. It's shady on Pillmatic. If he want to be, same with King Odie and shit. Them niggas got an open invite, man. Them niggas not full-time rappers, man, like they once were. You see Gilly respond to Hassan Campbell. Yeah, I seen him. That's something that should have never happened to imply that Shorty was killed for some Illuminati shit. Like, that was just crazy. That's something that never should have came out of his mouth. Tell Drake get a new ghostwriter. Joe gonna body him. He gonna need somebody to help him out with that when he barking up. Well, pardon me, Joe the one that's poking and shit. He said after this live, go listen to Middle of the Ocean. I like the joint that Drake did with Brent Fires. He got that shit, man. He got that. When I get dressed, I'll listen to Drake over J. Cole. I mean, over Joe Budden. Drake is for you when you get dressed. You know what I'm saying? Drake is for when you get when you get dressed. This shit, man. It is. He said the Middle of the Ocean. He rapping over more money, more murder, more homicide. He has one of the best deliveries in rap, but he can't do nothing with Joe Budden's. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. NFL about to get popping shortly. I had to run through here and check y'all temperature, and I had to also give my condolences to President Davo. Yeah, Joe is snapback music. Joe Budden, he's snapback music. Drake is PA Knit. This is Drake music right here. I think they show corny. I think they show corny. Gully, if Mano had a Hot 16 for your album, would you use it? Most certainly. Most certainly. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I ain't got no emotions tied to this shit. This shit is my job. I have to do this shit regardless. I'm responsible for giving y'all dope. You know what I mean? If that nigga come up with some dope, come on in. He said came front though. Drake is definitely official. Puerto Rico playing his music in their hotels. He said, "Why you say it's corny?" I feel that they put a little bit more. They put more emphasis into their characters. Like on the show, they're in character instead of just kicking sports and shit. Like make it it's kind of like more about them than it is sports. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that. They branded the show that's theirs, but I'm talking about it ain't no good as a sports show. Word. You ever thought about putting jerseys in frames? Oh, fuck them jerseys and shit. I'm looking for another nigga to hang up there. Some of these jerseys came from my followers, believe it or not. I bought quite a few of them, but yeah, I had some followers that was doing the fitness shit, following my fitness program and eating right, and lost a boatload of weight. That's why you see a lot of them joints is folded up, like that Marcus Camby right there. That belonged to somebody who was fat. He lost a lot of weight. He ran it. Same with this one right here. Do you think Hip Hop Cypher going to be fired this year? Who's Cypher? Who's Cypher? It'll be fired if they got YNX in it. Yeah, I want to hear YNX in Cypher. I saw when you uploaded a live, it cannot be edited. This is what I meant by that. This is what somebody was implying. Somebody said that I cut something out of an interview that I did with Benny and shit. I cut something out of it and then I edited it. I interviewed him on a live stream. How the fuck can I go into a live stream, cut it open, remove something out of the middle of it, and publish and republish it? You can't, because you're gonna lose time from the original video and shit. And when you hit publish, it's gonna put additional video. It's not gonna erase the original live stream. It's gonna post your edited version. And I meant what I said. You cannot edit a motherfucking live stream. As soon as you get to cutting at it, you're editing it. Period. They still talk about Keefy D Gully. Listen to this. Greg Caden said Orlando did it. He said he feel Orlando did it. It don't matter who did the shooting. It don't matter who pulled the trigger. He passed them the murder weapon. You're going to fucking jail, buddy. Period. There's no way around that. In no court in the world, you passed the murder weapon. Was this a registered gun? It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Did you do this right on the spot? You didn't. If you don't do it right on the spot, you got explaining to do, because in the law's eyes, you're supposed to call the police and say, "Yo, my nephew just got assaulted at the MGM by Tupac Shakur." That's how you're supposed to do it. They ain't do it like that. What's y'all thing with Blue Boy and shit? Is Blue Boy some type of celebrity or something? I be missing, like, y'all like to mention him. He said leg interview coming soon. He just called me while I was on here and shit. We probably gonna put it together. Star always says no cursing on live. The algorithm picks it up. Charles Ease, I appreciate that. He said, "You had time to leave, not leave and get a gun and come back." He said, "He's nobody, Black Brown TV. I'm gonna start kicking people out of my chat when they mention his name. I don't fuck with him. Y'all know I don't fuck with him. I don't give a fuck who fuck with him, who think he cool and shit. You know what I mean?" He said he didn't even have to pass him the weapon. He was in the car. Yeah. He's the surviving murder suspect. He got to eat it on his own. I heard Steph Curry doing a documentary on Mac Dre. That whole pocket up there is popping like a motherfucking shit. That whole pocket out there popping. Shout out to Mr. Fab. Mr. Fab about to be in a battle again and shit. I want to see how he gonna do. He said, "Who do you like, the Cowboys or the Niners?" Neither one. Make sure y'all share this live stream. Good morning to everybody that's here. Repeatedly cussing lowers your sponsors at the beginning. Motherfuckers always messing up what someone says and shit. I'm gonna cuss. The fuck? Star be over there cussing. Good morning, Tay. Make sure y'all visit the website and follow me on Twitter at Gully TV 1. Oh, I'm glad you said that. The podcast. Make sure y'all going over there, man. I got fire on the podcast, man. Truck drivers. Joe Mule, my man. Look, you right on time. I've been going long for you. I put out my longest podcast episode 23. It's an hour and 8 minutes. Hold that. TheRealDribble.com moderators, could you put the website in the chat, please? Colorado wins again. Colorado wins again. It's been revealed that them coaches was conspiring against Prime and shit. He said they got a group chat. A lot of them coaches, they got a group chat. They was posseing up. What was the movie? Nah, it's coming out in December. He dropped one before ours called Self Destruction. Shout out to Luke. He said, I bet they were all white coaches too. Colorado State coach wasn't white. Rest in peace to President Davo. Make sure y'all go run up them numbers, man, on them interviews I did with him. I did a little music video freestyle with him. I was working with him like last year. But he's the first Baltimore artist ever. I don't know what that shit was about. I didn't get no thug vibes off of him. I got all smooth, laid back, player type shit. Like, I didn't get no funny shit out of him. He said, that's messed up. Can't trust your own coaches. Peace. Shout out to Lakey the Kid. I completed plethora. Make sure y'all go support this, man. The website is thepoor.com. Classic material, man. Put this up in the rafters. This Los Angeles part was pretty good. Speaking of Los Angeles, them niggas is airing out all they dirty laundry, man. Somebody sent me a very interesting clip of Whack 100 and Big Brick Baby. Very interesting. It's not my business. I don't be checking for it, but very interesting. JNS Dizzy, therealdribble.com. He said you going to Howard Homecoming. Raheem, what's good, G? Nah, I ain't going to the homecoming. They said that this situation with Keefe D is going to be bigger than the O.J. Simpson trial. Have y'all listened to the grand jury transcripts? Reggie Wright testified. Did y'all listen to it? Did y'all listen to it? Nobody's talking about this. Did y'all hear Reggie Wright testifying? Lil Reg. Damn. Did y'all hear Reg? That's why Reg is saying he going to jail. That nigga going to jail. I can't wait till we going to jail. I can't wait till we go to jail. Go listen to it. He said, of course Reggie testified. He knew this was all coming. And he's still over here on bond first. I told y'all when I went through that situation with him, he's the police. Don't fuck with this dude. He's the police. I told y'all that. Once a cop, always a cop, man. He on here, y'all sharing his videos, watching his videos, giving him donations. Y'all like, fuck it, man. Y'all go home and get them Rokus, man. Y'all grab that remote and just get to watching shit, huh? Fuck it. He said, Reggie looked like a slimy dude. I said, damn, Reg. He knew. He was a part of this shit. He's a part of it. Reggie told his security not to carry guns that night. He said, ain't no trial bigger than the OJ trial. And the OJ Simpson trial, wasn't nobody famous but OJ and his defense team. That's it. This shit here, this is Tupac. This is Tupac. This is Suge Knight, who said he ain't gonna have nothing to do with this shit. This is Sean Combs. This is hip hop music. This is bigger than the OJ shit. You just watch and see. OJ shit was only big because it was the juice. If it wasn't the juice, OJ ain't the first motherfucker from the NFL to kill somebody. He wasn't. A whole bunch of motherfuckers from the NFL and killed people and shit. Ray Lewis killed a motherfucker. Ray Lewis shit wasn't like OJ. OJ was the first big NFL superstar involved in some shit of this magnitude. But if it wasn't the juice, it wouldn't have been so big. It was the juice. He said, you are correct. You've been saying that for a while. Once a cop, always a cop. Dante Stallworth, Ray Caruth, Ray Lewis, Leonard Little. He said Pac is more famous. Geechee Gotti had Check, No Jumper, Brick Baby, and made him take his name out their clickbait video. Appreciate your super chat. Good morning to you. Plus, it was a Hollywood type of white woman known in the Hollywood circles. Aaron Hernandez. Ooh, NFL got lots of bodies. Juice had also crossed over in the movies, which made him even more nationally popular. People don't remember how famous OJ really was before that trial. My man said we had 800 push-ups today. That's what's up. OJ had old and young watching the trial. Good morning, everybody. Keefe D has been arrested for the murder of Tupac Shakur. He seems to be kind of like enjoying it. He's taking this shit pretty leisurely. He's taking this shit pretty leisurely. One thing about when you're in trouble, you know they coming to get you. Every day you wake up, you know they coming to get you. You know they coming to get you, man. He probably wanted this shit to be over with, yo. Nigga he probably relieved. It's like being on the run for 30 years and shit. If he look at it that way, he got away. They let me live my life. They let me live my life. I was young when they did it. Gave me 30 years on the run. Hey, he said, you sort of relax afterwards. People in the UK wanting him not guilty. At the end of the day, somebody told me this. I didn't read it or hear it for myself. I might have heard it. It's been a long time. That when Tupac walked up to Orlando, he said, you from the South Side? Did he say that to him before he stole him? Did he say that before he stole him? Did he really say that? He said, no. You make a deal with the devil, eventually he's coming to collect. Good morning, everybody. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications when I hit the live stream. I think whenever he threatened Mike Tyson, the button was pushed on him. Pac didn't swing first. Pac's man did. They said Landon would have whooped. They said Baby Lane would have whooped Pac. Lane was kind of tall. He said, I heard Pac said that too. He said that I remember reading a book from a Jewish guy about THRU called Gun Will Travel. It detailed everything like the channels are the dialogue. Bomb first. Bomb first is the police, y'all. Bomb first is the police. I don't care what Bomb first is the police. That's Reggie's platform. Reggie testified in the grand jury for who? Who did he testify for? He didn't testify for the defense. If Orlando never got killed, I wonder how this would have go. 30-year career, banging like they said Orlando Anderson was banging. A 30-year career, gang banging like that. He would have been in the penitentiary for life. Or he'd been in, somebody been and killed him. And that's what ultimately happened to him. I like Joe over Drake. I told y'all that at the beginning of this video. But I read Drake's the things Drake had to say about him. He kind of started talking big money shit to him at the end. Once you rich, it don't matter about the fucking dollar amount and shit. It don't. Motherfuckers get to talking about, man, I can buy a flying saucer and all this type of shit. So I don't even want one. The fuck? I think Suge Knight used Tupac as a bulletproof vest. That's false. To call Joe a failure, that was a stretch. But what he said was the truth. In regard to the failed rapper, that part was the truth. That part 100% is the truth. People seen it during the pandemic. It started. People seen that couldn't make no moves and shit. Everybody started going to their live stream and shit. Before all of these podcasts came, everybody started going to their live stream and shit. He said, Joe Budden, you failed at music. You left it behind to do what you are doing in this clip because this is what actually pays your bills, implying that rap music don't pay his bills. I agree with that statement. I just don't feel it applies to Joe Budden. I think Joe Budden could have continued to be a rapper and made money and existed in this era, Griselda and all of these types of, you know, uh, Rock Marcy, um, Knowledge the Pirate, like this era, got Ito, the guys that's getting busy out here. I believe that Joe Budden 100% would exist and thrive in this music scene right now. Drake started talking that big money shit. If you need to put it into simpler terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions. That was his final jab. He said, "You retired and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number." Nobody hung up Joe jersey. Joe hung it up himself. Drake still want to be accepted amongst the core nucleus of hip hop because those are the guys with the list. That's why he responded to Joe, but because Joe is a lyricist. So rap money don't pay his bills. Are they getting paid? Seems you good at something. Joe Mule, I appreciate your super chat. He said that Jersey line was a bar. I'm on Joe's side. I'm on Joe's side. If Joe wants to critique his music, I'm pretty sure he's not the only person to critique his music. When Drake dropped, our channels, the hip hop channels, don't really talk about him all like that. It's kind of like he kind of like on the ropes. I don't know. I ain't never seen, the people that cover the type of content that I cover, they don't talk about Drake. They don't mention Drake. He said the album is mid at best. That's all Joe said. Drake threw a sub at Joe and French Montana joint, no shopping. He said the album is trash. If Joe didn't say nothing about it, I wouldn't even know we dropped one. How about that? It's well over 500 people here, man. Like the video, man. God damn. Y'all can't be this lazy, man. I know y'all got the remotes, y'all mouses in y'all hand, y'all got y'all phones in your hand. Like the video. I ain't been feeling a lot of Drake recent albums. Me neither. I like singles. I like his singles and I like his collabs. I'll leave it like that. I've never bought a. Yes, I did. I bought one Drake album when he first came out and shit. I don't even think it was Drake album. Yeah, I bought one Drake album. It's an opinion and critical statement assessment. Drake got scratchy because he valued Joe's opinion. That's what it is. That's what it is. Joe got under his skin. Drake sang too much for me. I don't think I ever heard a whole Drake rap song of him rapping the whole time and shit. He said Joe was a bust. No, he wasn't. Whenever you see Joe Budden in a conflict with somebody, it's always a big dog. It's always a big dog. Whenever you see him in a conflict with somebody, it's always a big dog. You know why? because he got that pen. He got that pen. You can't silence him. I like Drake music, but I don't look at boy as an MC. Me neither. I got Joe. Me too. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a great afternoon. I just had to touch on this situation. You can go look at what Drake said if you following him on IG. He's Champagne Poppy. You can follow me at I am Gully TV _. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all have a great afternoon. Super chatters, I appreciate y'all. Peace.